pledge card is a great improvement over what we've done in the past. It has a place, it even has numbers. Number 1, put in the district, your name, address, and so on. Number 2, here's a choice of, here's giving levels. 200, 300, 500, 800,000, or do I want a coin, or I do not want a coin. Some people say, I don't want any of my money to be spent on recognition. That's fine. Or we have different options down here. And there's even a place to put in other. So there's an asking price here. Most people, when asked, will simply check the box of what they're asked to do. And then we give them the chance to pledge if they want. Method of payment, pledge now. You'll simply get an invoice from the council office, or I'm going to get some cash now and some later, or there's electronic transaction where you put your voided check with this, and they'll take out what you say every month out of your paycheck, or out of your checking account. You can even do American Express MasterCard. You sign it, email address, and they put that on there if they need to follow up with you in case there's a wrong number or something. Then you say, how do I desire to pay? One payment, monthly, quarterly, or whatever, and a start date. And they'll simply abide by what you put here. That really simplifies the giving process. And after you filled it out, you tear this off for your records, because it is tax deductible. It's not the primary reason people give, by the way, is tax deductions. It's about the 5th reason. The number 1 reason people ask or give is because they were asked. Every study indicates that. I was asked to give. Some people, after giving, don't even remember what the institution was. They remember who asked them. Boy Scouts is a business. Not a business maybe in the way we think about it, what we do for work, but it is a business. We have needs. We have bricks and mortar we have to pay for. We have people. We have important things that need to be done. Yes, we're nonprofit, and yes, nonprofits need to be supported. And nonprofits, can make a profit. That's part of the deal. That's not their primary purpose. Their primary purpose is to save young men. But we're expected to have more income at the end of the year than expenses, just like a business. The difference is we don't give the profit to our board of directors as a public company would do. It goes back into the company. It goes back into the nonprofit organization. In every community in America, we should have a business campaign where we ask the business leaders to donate. Usually it's a different part of their budget, and what many of them will say, if you go to them, is, well, I gave, $100 to my ward. And we say, wonderful, we appreciate your contribution to the family campaign. We'd like you to consider a gift to the business campaign, which is Friends of Scouting. It doesn't mean we're going to raise less money in the family campaign. It means we're going to raise more money total in Cedar City to support Scouting. We're not going to shrink the pie, we're going to grow the pie chart. Without Friends of Scouting, eventually we'd have no camps, we'd have no Scouting, we'd have no professionals, we'd have no buildings. Essentially we would get down to what it looks like in England, which is almost non-existent. Many Boy Scout councils do a capital campaign. Capital campaign is bricks and mortar. They'll build a new camp or a new service center, and they tell people, the professional fundraisers, if you pledge to the capital campaign, this is above and beyond what you would do for Friends of Scouting. It doesn't replace Friends of Scouting, because then you really haven't accomplished much. It needs to be above and beyond your Friends of Scouting pledge. Without the money that's been given in the past, we wouldn't have Scouting in Cedar City. We wouldn't have Thunder Ridge. And that, yes, I might have my project I want to give, and we should feel free to give to a specific project and give to your troop, as fitting within church guidelines. But don't have that replace the bread and butter of Friends of Scouting. Everything else is topping. It's the bread and butter that makes it happen. And that's what we're talking about tonight. That's Friends of Scouting. It's the bread and butter, it's the heart and soul of the finances for Scouting. And we appreciate you being here tonight, taking time from your schedule to come here, and hopefully, as this campaign kicks off, we can tweak and always look for ways to improve the methodology. What we've talked about tonight is the blocking and tackling of how Friends of Scouting can work. And we know that it works because we've done it. And you can do the same thing.